New reporting today, Rolling Stone magazine details how Trump is trying to go after the FBI and the Justice Department agents who are currently investigating him. Quote, in recent months, the former president has asked close advisors, including at least one of his personal attorneys, if we know all the names of senior FBI agents and Justice Department personnel who have worked on the federal probes into him.
Well, the election may be over, but the real results are still to come. So what's next? Well, Trump is relieved. I mean, Trump is at his worst when he's cornered. And now, after the election, he's as unencumbered as a fart in the wind. He ran for president for one reason, to stay out of jail. And with the statutes of limitations and assuming he doesn't break any more laws, he won't go to prison. All that practice for nothing. So will Trump deport 11 million people?
What exactly would deporting 11.2 million people look like? That's roughly the populations of New York City, San Francisco, Boston, Seattle, and Detroit combined. Like other times the U.S. has forcibly removed people en masse, the U.S. would likely need to deploy the Army. The Army would have to run around the country, rounding people up.
America is for Americans and Americans only.
That's Stephen Miller, who doesn't understand that Mexico is actually part of the Americas, too. Anyway, deporting 11 million people and all that America First bullshit, it won't fly for one simple reason. Billionaires love undocumented workers, earning a dime for every dollar documented workers receive. Although, ironically, that might be the reason so many Latinos voted for Trump, to keep undocs out and hire them instead. But the undocumented will stay for the reasons I just said. Billionaires won yesterday. Not Trump, not MAGA, definitely not the country as a whole. But Trump's other promise to enact revenge on his political enemies, will that come true?
He may have won the majority of the votes, but there are tens of millions of people who did not vote for Donald Trump. So are you saying they just need to get in line? I mean, here's how Mr. Trump has spoken about political opponents. Let's listen.
She's a crooked person. She's a bad person. Evil. She's an evil, sick, crazy bitch. Oh, no. It starts with a B, but I won't say it. I want to say it. Adam Schiff and all this scum that we have in this country. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it.
Congressman, how do you answer Americans who are concerned that he will make good on his promises, we've heard, to exact retribution against political opponents?
Well, actually, let's make one thing very, very clear. Donald Trump's focus is on the American people, the forgotten men and women of this country, the people that work hard every day, the people that want safe streets, the people that want to build generational wealth, the people that want to pass something on to their children. If we're going to be honest, Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, they've been never Trumpers from the beginning. They've never supported him, but the American people support him. That's why he won a mandate last night. And so the key thing now is moving forward to focus on the people of our country. Hopefully the politicians in Washington, D.C., they realize what the American people have said is that they want a secure border, they want a sound economy, and they want leadership that is focused on them first.
That Trumpy mouthpiece is full of shit. He could have said no, he won't, but he can't because he doesn't know. So there's a couple questions here. Will Trump attack his enemies? And if so, what will we do?
That means that if I win and somebody wants to run against me, I call my attorney general. I say, listen, indict him.
Trump is mentally ill, which frightens me because most Americans who support him never see it.
Day one, if there's a Donald Trump presidency, what would you do?
Frack, frack, frack like a duck. Frack, frack, frack.
The Fox News viewer, well, they trust Fox News for the truth, which is like trusting Dairy Queen with your meth stash.
Very excited about that.
Fox hosts like Brian Kilmeade, a suck-up of Olympian stature, who spent today mocking Americans who care about the nation, thinks it'd be fine if Trump rounded up celebrities too.
So they wanted to marginalize and say you didn't get the popular vote. Well, you got the popular vote. You didn't win all the battleground states. Won all the battleground states. Then they come out and they say, okay, you don't win minorities. No, you did. Made huge progress in minorities. So every single step of the way, you wired the game. You won the Electoral College. You won the popular vote. You won gains in every single minority class. Please tell me again where he's illegitimate. Unless you're so embarrassed by your country, you're going to fulfill your promise and leave. From Rob Reiner to Alec Baldwin, maybe Alec Baldwin not this time, but there's a list of like 12 celebrities going to leave the country. And you might want to do that because the country has spoken overwhelmingly.
If Kilmeade had his way, all the Democrats in Hollywood would leave, so he'd be left with movies with James Woods and Chachi.
Former President Donald Trump and his allies have started mapping out specific plans to use the federal government, to punish his critics and opponents if he wins a second term in the White House. The plan has been dubbed Project 2025, and the Post reports that Trump has named individuals he wants to investigate or prosecute. Those people include former Chief of Staff John Kelly, former Attorney General Bill Barr, former attorney Ty Cobb, former Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley.
Okay, will Trump prioritize his attacks on American citizens who opposed him? This is a guy named Mike Davis, a MAGA lawyer whom Trump is considering as his attorney general. He tweeted this.
Here's my current mood. I want to drag their dead political bodies through the streets, burn them, and throw them off the wall.
Oh, he's just getting warmed up.
Fuck unity. We have the votes, and they tried to kill Trump.
For the record, a Trumper tried to kill Trump, so shut the fuck up. Davis also said that America isn't worthy of Trump and warned Jack Smith and Liz Cheney to lawyer up. This hump also tweeted about jailing MSNBC's Mehdi Hasan, saying he's on my list to indict, detain, denaturalize, and deport.
I already have a spot picked out in the D.C. gulag, but I'll put him in the women's cell block so these whiny leftists don't get beat up as often.
That is worrisome, but how would they pull that off? Would states like New York and California allow that kind of injustice? And what about generals who feel like Milley?
We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Look, I don't trust Trump, but I trust what he is. While Trump's mental prowess has been reduced to that of a neglected indoor plant, substantively, he's the same. He's a grifter with no principles but money and power. And jailings and deportations, they don't give him a stiffy, so you politicians and celebrities can sleep soundly. But women, not so much.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Here's Trump protecting women. Women are the reason we're having this conversation. Women will face 4 more years, marginalized yet again by a pack of weak white incels. Boys who could never make it with a woman who didn't take a credit card at the end of the night.
What, people calling me gay because I've never had a girlfriend? I think if anything, it makes me less gay. Never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman, really makes you more heterosexual. Because honestly, dating women is gay. Having sex with women is gay.
That guy's at the heart of the MAGA hate fest, but he's far from alone. Bannon, Miller, Michael Flynn, and the rest will have a seat at the table. But will Trump let them run free? Look, Harris didn't lose on policy or presentation. She just lacked the penis necessary to join the boys' club. We were all fooled into thinking this country had progressed towards a system of equal opportunity and justice. But alas, black and Latino men voted for Trump. Why Trump?
I love the poorly educated.
Apparently, that's the uneducated of every color.
The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for. But hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
I know that a lot of you watching this are worried and maybe even frightened for yourself and your friends, but find some consolation in this. There are 350 million Americans and 250 million who can vote. And most importantly, that's 100 million people who didn't vote. And since Trump got 71 million, that means those who didn't vote beat Trump by 30 million. America lost to 100 million people who didn't give a shit. Maybe they should leave the country.
Damn right.
This is not a normal election.
Whether the women like it or not.
Suck my fat one.
Who's with me?
Yes!
Tick-tock, mother...
They're eating the dogs.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Frack.
Trust me.
Shut the fuck up, Darren.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Tick-tock,
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.